All right, Paul. Season 4 of the Two Guys from Jersey podcast is here. And look around.
You've done a lot of work around here.
I've been busy, Paul. We got snowed in. Yeah,
Government
I,
shutdown
I got the
or
old
two.
hammer out. Government shut down. Built us a studio. We're on YouTube. For anyone who this is popping up on your recommends, I think is how the kids say it on the old YouTube. Hey, give us a like. Give us a follow. This is our fourth season doing a podcast. And as the description goes, we're just two guys from Jersey who happen to have a podcast.
That's right.
We talk about baseball, we talk about the Yankees, we talk about a lot of other stupid stuff, and it's pretty fun. Just chill. Come, hang out, leave a comment, leave a like, leave a subscribe. All of that stuff's free. We're not trying to make any money. We're just trying to have a good time, have fun. Once a week, Paul will be here, probably once a week,
Maybe twice.
maybe
Who knows?
twice. Sometimes after a game, if Paul texts me, we'll hop on the old YouTube machine there.
I think anyone who's ever talked baseball with somebody else for 10 seconds and their eyes start to glaze over because they don't really know anything about baseball, this is the place for you.
Yeah, literally the place for you. Paul and I have known each other since sixth grade, so this was just a continuation of conversations, and said we should really just start recording these and putting them on the internet uh,
And here we are.
for posterity. And here we are. You know,
And we did a podcast for a long time, but people kept demanding that they see our faces.
yeah, yeah. The way the median's changing. But if you're old school and you just want to listen to the calming sound of our voice to fall asleep to, it's still right there at the bottom on Spotify. You can check it out. Two Guys from Jersey, or YouTube, Two Guys NJ Pod. It's all there, all the good stuff. But this is the launch of season 4, sort of the soft launch, I think, is the way the kids, this casino world puts it, Paul. A soft launch.
That's right.
Opening day's 3 weeks away. We're gonna ease into it, like an old man getting into a tub. Just we're slowly building to that big opening day launch.
That's
It's
right.
like it's
Well,
Anthony Volpe's career. We don't want to really come out with a bang. We gotta, 207, 217, really kind of ease into it.
lower expectations.
Lower expectations. You want to get a couple of C's, then you want to talk to the professor and go, "Hey, I'm really struggling with this." Paul, please let me help you out. Then you get an A, and he goes, "Look at this guy. He's really trying. I'm going to give him some extra credit."
Exactly.
That's what we're doing. Um, well, let's start, Paul, with the only place to start. Everyone's just taking steroids again, I guess.
You
So
know,
I guess we can look at some of these articles here. Um, Johan Rojas is taking steroids now, according to
I know.
ESPN.
Yeah.
Um, not really working for him, I don't think.
I mean, he's a career 250 hitter. So
Yeah. So he's contesting his possible 80 game suspension for a failed drug test. Yeah, he hit 224 with one home run and 18 RBIs and 12 stolen bases before getting demoted to AAA last year, and got kicked off the Dominican Republic's team and now is facing an 80 game suspension. I like the old days of steroids, when a guy took steroids and hit 65 bombs. The Brady Anderson days of steroids, Paul.
Well, I think you're starting to see, and I heard this on the radio today. They'll say, I can't believe this guy was taking steroids and only hitting 250.
Yeah.
But I think you're right. I think the guys who are hitting 30 home runs, who would hit, 50 or 60 on steroids, are making enough money to not mess with it.
Right.
But the guy who's hitting 220, hanging on AAA, borderline major leaguer, he's going, I have a couple good seasons. I could parlay that maybe into a $20 million contract. That's a big deal, you know?
Let me take some steroids.
Right.
Yeah, I was shocked that it was Johan Rojas taking steroids. But the other culprit, I guess, is Jerickson Profar.
Yeah, that was a weird one.
For the second time, he got caught taking steroids.
Yeah.
Um, that was really shocking. So he's facing 162 game suspension, Paul. Um, I don't know. Can you pronounce this? Exogenous testosterone and its metabolites.
Yeah, I'd take that.
Just to get through the day.
Just for
You,
breakfast.
you get older. Um, so I mean, I'm old enough to remember when Jerkison Profar was a untouchable prospect.
Yeah,
That
for the right.
he was just the guy that no they didn't want to. The Rangers, I think, didn't want to trade him. Was untouchable, and then really didn't pan out.
Hmm.
Would the Braves pay him like $42 million, or the Padres maybe? Atlanta signed him to 3 years, 42 million,
Yeah,
and now he's been suspended twice in a year.
in the first 2 years.
Right. I mean, he's been suspended way more than he's played for them, and when he's played, he's been underwhelming.
I don't understand the second one of these. The first one I get because he had a great season with the Padres before the Braves signed him,
Yeah.
which resulted in him getting that contract. So he probably took the steroids with San Diego and then tested positive either right before he got to Atlanta or right after he got to Atlanta. And it's like, you got 80 games, dude. But he was like not a horrible player before that season. Like he never was the prospect everyone thought he was going to be, but
Yeah.
he was a serviceable major league player. So you get caught once. All right, sorry, Braves, I got caught. You think you would just say, all right, well, now I just have to play with my natural God given abilities for the next 2 years and hope I can help this team that just paid me $40 million. But he was like, nope.
No, I'm going to double down.
What are the odds they test me again?
Yeah. And, it was kind of crazy. Like his statement was, let me read it so I don't, shortchange the guy. His statement was, like he had a sports hernia. So after sports hernia surgery, he's going to play DH and, bat at the top of the lineup, and they were all excited about it. But he said, where is the quote? It was in the story I saw. It's in here somewhere. It is because of my deep love and respect for this game that I would never knowingly do anything to cheat it. And that the Braves were surprised and extremely disappointed. I mean, do you believe that at all?
Zero.
Right. 0%.
I may believe it 10% if it was the first time he got caught.
Right. Like last year, he was like, oh man, I had surgery or I was coming off an injury and a trainer gave me something
Right.
and here I am. But
Right.
you get suspended 80 games. You come back, you're like, again, man, this I didn't know this substance was banned. It's like
Right.
you literally already got suspended 80 games for this same exact substance.
All I did was go to the same doctor and take the same thing. It's so weird.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think he was like, dude, there's no way they're not gonna test me again. Like, you know, what
And
is his what do you think Jerkison Profar's war is?
career war.
Career war.
I
Let's
don't think
see.
it's. I don't think it's great. I'm guessing.
Under 10, right?
I was thinking around like in the teens.
In the teens, it is 9.4.
Ooh,
125 career home runs. I mean, like,
that's not.
what's his best season?
I think it was
That's,
with the Padres.
that's San Diego season 2024. Yeah. And even then, he hit 280 with 24 bombs. I mean,
Yes.
look at, I mean, he is nothing to write home about, this guy.
No.
85, 85 RBIs is his career high. He's been over 50 like twice.
But I think if he was like that 250 batter with 15 home runs, I mean, guys like that play in the major leagues.
Oh, yeah. They don't get $42 million over 3 years, though.
No, but you already got it. So why are you taking? Why are
Yeah,
you
why
taking?
do you keep taking it?
Right, right.
I found this great article, Paul. Texas Rangers Joey Gallo and Jerkison Profar are untouchable from 2016. The
Ooh,
Texas Rangers had an incredible June to carry them to the top of the league, but they've cooled off since then. They want to make a trade at the deadline, but can they get it done? It basically goes on to say they have these four prospects: Nomar Mazara, Rofet Odor, Jerkison Profar, and Joey Gallo. And they shouldn't trade them because they're so good. 10 years down the line, Joey Gallo, Jerkerson Profar, and Rofin Odor are out of baseball. None of them are in baseball anymore.
Well, not only are they not in baseball, but Gallo and Profar are kind of like laughing stocks.
Yeah, Joey Gallo's trying to be a pitcher, I believe.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know where that journey is right now.
I just remember it started with a video of him on like Instagram throwing pitches.
And then they're like, "Well, he pitched in high school, so he's probably really good at
Right.
it." Yeah.
He also
Yeah.
probably hit in high school and couldn't hit. At least.
He probably played basketball in high school too, but the Knicks aren't calling him either. Like, let's be realistic. LeBron James was a tight end in high school, but the Cowboys aren't
No,
itching to have him play, you know? Um, so are you excited, Paul, about the World Baseball Classic?
I actually am pretty excited about it. I think maybe just because Aaron Judge is on the team this year, or maybe the team as a whole feels a little more stacked with household names.
Yeah, Team USA is pretty stacked, man.
They're pretty good. Um,
Let's look at their roster here.
but I see these like team rankings, like power rankings, and everyone's putting Japan above the United States.
I mean, looking at Team USA, I mean, Scooble's going to pitch like 50 pitches, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I mean,
Skeens, Logan Webb.
Clayton Kershaw, Clevenger, Clay Holmes, Nolan McLean. I mean, Ryan Yarbrough, that's lights out.
Well, Joe Ryan was supposed to be there.
Yeah.
Yarbo took his spot.
I mean, Cal Raleigh, Will Smith, Alex Bregman, Ernie Clement is quietly the assassin on that infield.
Dude,
Goldschmidt, Harper, Bobby Witt Jr. I'm not a huge Roman Anthony fan. I guess I'm against the grain on that.
he had a bomb yesterday.
I know. I don't know if it's because he's a Red Sox or what. I
It,
just,
it is. He's going
yeah,
to be good.
yeah. Pete Crow Armstrong. He's got an assassin's name. Not a fan. Anyone with three names like that, not a big fan. Schwarber. I think half this coaching staff could still play.
Right. Brian McCann, Sean Casey, Matt Holliday, Andy Pettit.
I feel like if you put DeRosa at second and Halliday at DH and Sean Casey at first, they could no doubt survive. You know,
I bet you,
100%.
I bet you Pettit could still get somebody out too.
Yeah, he pitches batting practice. So Japan, they're saying, is the front runner, huh?
Yep.
I mean, I know all these guys. I've watched
Oh,
them
yeah.
play.
It's that guy.
Well, there's a couple of guys that are in the big leagues now, right?
Oh yeah, Seiya Suzuki and obviously Otani Yamamoto.
More is it Murakami in the?
Oh, that's right.
He's on the White Sox now on accident.
Yoshida.
Yoshida. They have an easy draw too, don't they?
Yeah, because they have all the like Chinese Taipei and
Yeah, they're in Pool C with Australia, Chinese Taipei, Chechnya, and Korea. I mean, come on, man. What's that, a FIFA situation? That's an easy pool.
oh, of course it is. But here's the thing about this. I think the World Baseball Classic is a great idea. The Olympics hasn't had baseball in a while. We talked a little bit about that
Yeah.
a ways back. But this World Baseball Classic is a cool idea, but they need to do something different. The time of year is just weird to be
Yeah.
doing now
It's
when you can't have pitchers pitching and players don't want to go because they don't want to get hurt. I did hear an interesting thing, a theory or proposal, which was it should be far less teams. Like Chechnya is not winning.
yeah.
Why are they even in it? You know, Great Britain is not winning it. The Netherlands is not winning it.
Who's on Chechnya's team? Do you think you know one person on Chechnya's team?
But who knows? Because the rules for being on one of these teams is so ridiculous that like I don't know. Like Vinny Pasquantino might be on this team. Who knows?
Well, I don't know any of these guys. Are they major leaguers? I don't think so. I mean they might be
Never heard of him.
lower level major leaguers. I just don't know them. Ryan Johnson. He
Well,
sounds
that
like he
guy.
could be a major leaguer. Born in Canada, playing for Chechnya.
There was a guy born in the U.S. A couple guys born in the U.S.,
Jeff Bardo.
but maybe they're like college guys.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not winning, right? Chinese Taipei. They used to dominate in Little League baseball, though, didn't they?
Dude, that's what they said this team is. It's the little league teams, just all grown up.
But they used to always cheat, man. They played older players.
Right. But that's I heard that too, that they just this is their little league players. Just older.
Who's the other one? Great Britain. Who they got? They got Jazz Chisholm, don't they?
They do.
Gary Gill Hill. Vance Worley. How old is Vance Worley? Isn't he old?
Still wearing glasses.
That's what's his name's son, though, right? Yeah, he was born in 87. Harry Ford, Jazz Chisholm,
Nate Eaton.
Lucius Fox. He was supposed to be a big time prospect for the Nationals, right? It never worked out.
Nope.
You got Christian, and these guys born in the Bahamas.
Well, that's what I think it is. I think that's why Jazz Chisholm can play there too, because he's from the Bahamas. But I guess it's like a territory, or was it territory, or
Matt Ward, this coach, the bullpen catcher, that looks like they took Pete Crow Armstrong's picture and just said it's Matt Ward. They're like, hey, we don't have a picture for you. Like, just this guy Connor Brooks looks like my cousin who does my tattoos. These are just random dudes.
just stock photos.
Who's on the Canada squad? Anybody good?
Well, it was Joey Votto used to always be on it, or Freddie Freeman, right?
Poor Jameson
Taillon.
Taillon. He doesn't even have his hat. He's got his Cubs hat on. He's like, I'm not going to Canada to get one of those hats.
Bo Naylor.
Where's his brother? His brother's not on here? Josh?
He'd
They
be
got a pretty good squad. Sorka, Taylor, James Paxton, Cal Quantrill. They got some good pitching.
Yeah, if it was like 5 years ago.
We had him 5 years ago.
Owen Cassie.
Denzel
Tyler
Clark.
O'Neill.
Yeah,
I mean, they're major leaguers, but the U.S. has
no.
Aaron Judge and Bryce Harper and Kyle Schwarber and Bobby Witt.
But what about the DR, man?
DR is actually. Did you see the highlights of that game yesterday in the Dominican Republic?
Yeah. I mean, their pitching is ridiculous.
That is a very good pitching staff.
Right? I mean, Austin Wells catching. What's the over under Austin Wells is fluent in Spanish?
I'm going to say, I think it's like a 75% chance.
Dude, look at this infield. Junior Caminero, Geraldo Perdomo, Vlad Jr., Jeremy Pena, Manny Machado, Ahmed
Ketel
Rosario,
Marte.
Ketel Marte, and Carlos Santana. Who's the odd man out?
Dude, look at the outfield, too.
Yeah. O'Neill Cruz, Fernando Tatis Jr., Junior Lake, who I don't know who that is. I'm not going to lie. Julio Rodriguez and Juan Soto. Pick three. Because one of your infielders is your DH. I mean, I would put Pujols as my DH.
Jose.
I think
That's a good team.
man, that's a really good team. They have a lot of relief pitchers though. Like who's their starters?
Sandy Alcantara, Brian Bayo, Severino.
Brian Bayo and Alcantara have not been good.
Severino.
Yeah, Luis Severino. How about Puerto Rico's usually pretty good, right?
I don't think this year they are, though.
They got Seth Lugo, Edwin Diaz.
Hopefully he doesn't break his ankle again.
Celebrating, right?
Nolan Arenado.
Nolan Arenado. Wrapping it up, huh? Dude, Emmanuel Rivera's beard is insane.
Made out of Sharpie.
MJ Melendez.
Helio Ramos.
Helio. Oh, that's right. Yachty's the manager. I forgot about that.
Juan Gonzalez is the hitting coach. Edgar Martinez.
They got a bunch of guys who could play too. Uh, Cuba's usually pretty good, right?
No, not this year.
Panama?
I think
No.
Mexico is actually supposed to be pretty good.
Mexico, that's who the other team was. Mexico. Yeah, Andres Munoz, Tejuan Walker. Oh, they got Kirk. They got Kirk, Nacho Alvarez, and Randy Tellez. That is a dangerous locker room to be in. Joey Meneses is like still breathing and playing baseball. Is he on a
He
big
was
league roster?
probably not. He was good for a minute.
I got to check Baseball Reference to see if Joey Meneses, whatever, is still on a big league roster.
He was on the Nationals last, wasn't
I think they traded him to someplace. He's just a free agent, I guess,
he? Last played 2024. It said.
for the
Oh wait,
Nationals 2 years
2000,
ago.
2026 spring training. He's got stats for the Athletics.
Oh, well, there you go. The not Las Vegas Athletics. Wow. So who do you like, Paul? Who's your favorite? Let's go over under. Well, let's look at the schedule real quick. 'Cause there's a game tonight at 10 o'clock, like an actual game, and then there's a bunch of exhibition games today.
Right.
But the Chinese Taipei plays Australia tonight at 10 o'clock. Can we talk about how baseball continues to screw things up? Like this whole tournament's on FS1. Like I know FS1 is a real like television station,
Sort of.
but it's not. Um, you know,
Anytime you have a number next to your station, you're not real. I don't care if it's a one.
like Fox is a real thing. Like Fox owns Fox and Fox owns FS1.
Right.
If it's such a big deal, why is it not on Fox? It's at 10 o'clock at night on a Wednesday. I understand it's Chinese Taipei versus Australia, but what's on the local 10 o'clock news?
Yes.
You know,
Exactly.
it drives me crazy how they do this stuff where they're like, oh man, the World Baseball Classic. It's only every 2 years. Such a big deal. All these players have to leave spring training and go play in front of dozens of people on FS1, the station that, you know, all day long plays Colin Cowherd and who I don't even know what else is. I have no idea what's on. If there's not a sporting event like this, I don't watch. No one watches FS1.
No.
Like the playoffs are on FS1 and this is on FS1. That's it.
And like every radio host who's like career has like come and gone and they're on the tail end of their radio career ends up on FS1.
Right. That's it. Like I don't understand why they do that.
I guess they just figure nobody is casually watching it. So even a random person who's just flipping through the channels, if it was on Fox, wouldn't land on Chinese Taipei, Australia, and go, this looks interesting.
I mean, let's seriously look at this. Like your Major League Baseball, right? Here's what's on FS1 all day today. Wake Up Barstool.
Mm,
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. I just guessed, but I was right.
you're right.
First Things First with Nick Wright, Chris Broussard, and Kevin Wildes. Okay, so a
Boring.
2 hour sports talk show on TV.
And then another 2 hours of it.
And then First Things First, overtime. It's like behind the scenes of the show you just watched. Then college basketball, the Butler Bulldogs at Creighton, a Big East battle of one team who's over one game over 500 versus a 6-12 team. Then Wisconsin Badgers versus Maryland Terrapins. Awesome.
Action.
Then right into World Baseball Classic. You're telling me you could not put on that game somewhere else? I mean, you couldn't do it?
I guess not.
And then tomorrow, the same thing. Live Golf, World Baseball Classic. Wake Up Barstool. Oh, by the way, that's at 5 a.m. Who plays at 5 a.m. tomorrow? Korea versus the Czech Republic or Chechnya, sorry.
Look at that pitching matchup. That's one for the ages right there.
Patty Sack versus Daniel Patty Sack.
Patty Sack.
how would you say that?
That-
This dude's 6'5", 229.
Dan Patty Sack.
Old Dan Patty Sack. The old Patty Sack slider. He'll get you. He'll get you.
The guy doesn't even need a nickname. That's fantastic.
I mean, like, what is what is the State College Spikes? That's a minor league team, right?
Georgia Bulldogs.
Dan Patty Sack. DP, baby.
Versus,
I don't understand why it has to be on FS1. It bothers me. It makes me mad.
it's because nobody likes baseball. Only baseball people like baseball.
It's so annoying, Paul. It's so
It
annoying.
is. We're trying our best to get people to like baseball.
So the over under anyway, Paul. You like the US roster, you like it better than the last time we had a World Baseball Classic.
Yeah, it wasn't like Jeff McNeil on the team last time.
Trey Turner, Jeff McNeil, Mike
Trout.
Trout was on it, I think, when Trout was still somewhat healthy.
Hmm.
I do think it's a really dominant team this year. I do.
I don't think they're. I think them, the Dominican, and Japan are probably the three teams when you look at those rosters.
Yeah. No,
So
I'm excited about it. I don't typically we've talked about this a bunch in past episodes. Like I don't get super excited because of the time of year. They need to move this to the middle of the year. Like All-Star break, make the All-Star break longer,
100%,
cut down the amount of teams.
100%.
So there's, six teams or five teams or whatever.
Make it four, like yeah, either six or four. Like combine all the European teams into Europe,
Right.
like Great Britain, Chechnya, the Netherlands. Just take the best players and put them all on one team.
Right. And have it in the middle of the year. You could still do all your other stuff, right? So you can have the World Baseball Classic. You can also do home run derby by country.
Yeah, that'd be
So
cool.
you could have the Dominican Republic versus Panama versus Cuba versus the US home run derby.
Hmm.
And then you could, if Judge is playing for the US for the World Baseball Classic, he won't be in the home run derby, but you can get five guys from the United States. It could
Hmm.
be anybody you want,
Hmm.
right? The way Mac McClung comes and dunks every year, and they're like, "Who's this guy?" Like
Right.
some dude from Gate City, Virginia. That's who he is, you know. And that would be cool because it'd be a whole nother thing that some of these other countries maybe could compete. Maybe they can hit home runs, but they can't pitch. Who knows? You know. But they need to switch it up because, like you said, no one wants to see guys get hurt. They're not in game shape yet. Every
Mhm.
Yankee fan like you and I are like, there's 14 guys going to this tournament, and no one wants them to get hurt.
Nope.
So you're kind of like, yeah, we want you to win, but do I care if Jazz Chisholm plays well for Great Britain? No, I don't want Jazz Chisholm to get hurt. That's what I care about the
It's
most.
a, it's like a weird exhibition that counts. It
Right,
it's
right,
neither an exhibition or does it count? Like
right.
by
It's
having it
neither one though.
by having this time of year and having guys only limited to how many pitches they can throw or how many innings they can play, it's kind of like an exhibition, but everyone's trying to win. It's weird.
Right. Yeah.
Like pick one or the other. Is it an exhibition or is everyone all in trying to win?
Right. And I think you can do that. You can't do it at the end of the year. Guys are done. They want to be, it's a long season.
No.
But if you cut down the amount of teams, uh, you can make it competitive in the middle of the year and do it somewhere cool. Do it in the city that is hosting the All-Star game. Make that a more competitive bid for that. So
Also weird that they're doing it this year, yet opening day is the earliest it's ever been.
I know.
They're doing the World Baseball Classic, but then having opening day very
Yeah. Opening week, as you know, we'll talk about as we get closer, how there'll be 15 different opening days in different countries and continents. And,
that's a whole other thing that MLB messes up every year.
yeah, they really do, man. This is their time to shine from now until, well, I guess, when's the NFL league year begin?
Monday, I think.
Right. So that's it. They got till Monday. Because Monday they'll see how free agency is supposed to be done, where there's a period that it opens, all the players sign. I mean, they're still on-sign players right now in the
Oh,
MLB, and like, oh, that guy will sign at some point. It's like, why do you have this time period where people can just sign whenever they want?
I know.
It just takes all the juice out of it. Uh,
And
Free
that,
agents, Paul. The Yankees didn't really sign any, and
well, they did. They were just guys who were also on the team last year.
yeah, it reminded me of like if you follow politics and everyone gets their talking points and they go out on the Sunday shows and they go, hey, we're just going to run it back this year. We're just going to run it back. We're going to run it back. Hey, we feel good running it back. Hey, we're running it back. We're running it back. They all got their little talking points and they're going to say their talking points. And the new talking point this week has been, well, this team had the best record last year and they're definitely going to make the playoffs. So it just matters whatever happens in the playoffs. I'm not so sure about that. Um, the running it back part because they don't have Devin Williams or Luke Weaver in the bullpen, which are huge losses. And yes, they had the best record in baseball, but every team around them in their own division, especially, got remarkably better. So the Red Sox, the Orioles, the Blue Jays, they're going to win more games than they did last year.
Mm-hmm.
Well, those games have to come from somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think it's just a given they're going to make the playoffs and then they'll, hey, we'll worry about it then.
No, I don't think it's a given either. It's kind of on the fence on this. When they went into this offseason, my mindset was this window of these superstar players that you have, Aaron Judge, Garrett Cole, is not going to be open forever. And while these guys are in their prime and playing to the highest level of anyone in the sport, you need to add around them to try and get that World Series ring.
Right.
And then they re-signed, they offered Trent Grisham that qualifying offer. And then once he took it, it kind of, he started to look around and go, oh, wait.
Right. That
And
was a
then,
lot of the money we were going to spend on other
right.
players.
And then Bellinger. And then they kept talking about how much they wanted Bellinger back. And I'm like, really? Like, they really want Bellinger back that bad? Like, he was on the team last year. Didn't they know that? But as it unfolded, I was reminded that I also had this feeling at some point in the last couple of years, which was they don't really ever do this, where they have pretty much the same team a couple of years in a row. When the Yankees were at their best, they had a core of players that they maybe added one or two pieces to in the offseason. Maybe it was a pitcher, maybe it was a bat, but the team was a team. And I feel as though over the last few years, like especially in like Aaron Judge's kind of time here, they've been just creating different teams around him, and then that wouldn't work, and then they take it down and build a different team around him. And then
Right.
that would work, and they take it down and build a different team around him. We had the Josh Donaldson years and the Alex Verdugo and the Rizzo, and I understand the need to say, well, we didn't win the World Series, and Kyle Tucker's out there, but Devin Williams was horrible. If Devin Williams wasn't on the Yankees last year, they would have won a lot more games than they did.
He was good when he moved into his setup role, but he was a terrible closer.
How many saves did he blow last year? 10 at least. So Luke Weaver wasn't getting anyone out near the end of his time at the Yankees anyway. So those guys, I'm not going to miss. I don't think.
Well, I wouldn't have paid him what the Mets paid him, so I
No.
don't blame him for that either. You know what I'm saying?
At this point, I'd rather have Bednar and Doval than those two guys.
Yeah.
So, the roster is better than a lot of the teams they've had in the past. They have some guys that are athletic. They have some guys that steal bases. They have power. They have a pretty deep pitching staff. They have actually like a halfway decent bench, which they haven't had in years past. Like they actually have guys that you can match up versus a lefty, guys you can match up versus a righty. So I think it's uninspiring because it's like it's Paul Goldschmidt, and it's Cody Bellinger, and it's Trent Grisham. But I look at the Blue Jays like the Diamondbacks of a couple of years ago. That Diamondbacks team that almost won the World Series, they looked like they were going to be together for a long time, and they looked like they had a lot of young talent, and they were hitting the cover off the ball. There's no guarantee the Blue Jays are the same team that they were last year. Like, is Ernie Clement really that good? Is whatever his name is, Schneider, whatever that dude with the glasses is, who was hitting bombs off the Yankees?
Davis Schneider.
Davis Schneider, right. There's no guarantee, you know? So, you know, I'm not convinced that the Blue Jays are going to have the same record or better than the Yankees again this year. They were not very good for years before last year with pretty much the same roster. So I think the Red Sox will be a little bit better, but I think the Yankees are actually in a pretty good spot because I think come the trade deadline, they should be at least competitive in terms of being within striking distance of a division or at least a playoff spot. And I think with this work stoppage looming, you're going to have a lot of teams looking to shed payroll. And that'll be the time that you go out and you get a player that can make a difference instead of trying to do it in December or January and signing a guy to a 7-year deal like Kyle Tucker.
Yeah, I think a lot of the teams overpaid, I mean, obviously the Dodgers overpaid for Kyle Tucker
Right, or Bo Bichette.
or Bo Bichette to play him out of position.
Right.
Um, I think what worries me with the Red Sox and the Blue Jays is their pitching that got better, right? The Blue Jays got Dylan Cease. The Red Sox got who like Sonny Gray,
Mm-hmm.
and they got somebody else. Who did they got Sonny Gray and well, I mean they already had Crochet, right? Oh,
Right.
Ranger Suarez.
Oh, that's right.
And they have that young core. The Orioles got better. So I don't think the Yankees got worse. I think everyone in the division got better. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
think the Orioles' offense is better. I think their pitching is still terrible.
Yeah, the pitching
Like,
god awful.
I mean, they got Shane Baz, and they're like, "Oh man, we got Shane Baz." I'm like, "Yeah, the Rays dumped him."
Right.
I think Pete Alonso helps their lineup. I think you and I talked about it a lot last year. Like, their young players have passed that 1,400 at bat threshold now, where like they've been in the league long enough where this is what like Adley Rushman is about to lose his job because he's just not that good. You can't keep saying, "Oh, he's just a young player."
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe he's just a guy who hits 240, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I think they're in a different spot. The
Mm-hmm.
Blue Jays have good pitching. Now the Yankees have really good pitching as well. I
They
mean, I
did
think that's the strength of this team is their starting rotation once everyone's
100%.
back healthy.
100%.
I still worry about how their lineup hits against good pitching.
Well, I think that's a whole different story.
Yeah,
What I think the one thing we could all agree on is the team's built for the regular season, not the postseason.
right,
And they didn't really do much to address that.
right. And I think Caballero over Volpe is one thing that addresses that.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's a better hitter, runner. I don't think you can have a shortstop who's also a swing and miss guy all the time. I
No.
think the postseason showed that. Like at some point, you have to have a contact kind of guy,
Well, you can't just have entire thirds of your lineup that strike out.
or
Like the
or
bottom,
hitting 200. Right.
right? Like between what was it, like Volpe, McMahon, and Wells in the postseason. I mean, there was no one was getting on base. You can't
Right.
do that and win in the postseason.
Right. It was like when you make a little league lineup and you're like, well, we know 7, 8, 9 are outs. Like they paid the money to register. I got to put them in here.
Exactly.
Like so, next inning, let's get these kids up and get them out.
Yeah, maybe they'll get hit by a pitch and
Right. Yeah. Hey, don't steal. Right. Let these 3 kids hit so we can have the top of the order in the 5th inning. We don't want to make them out.
I think the
Uh,
Yankees are thinking that Volpe, Wells, and Rice are going to take another step, you know, and they're not going to be the players that they were at the end of last season.
yeah. I think Rice has the best chance of anyone to do that. Like
Oh, no doubt.
Rice showed a lot of that last year. But I don't think, I mean, I I'm ready to give up on Volpe, man. I don't know where you are on Volpe.
I heard on New York's talk radio today, there was one of the bold predictions they made for the season was that George Lombard Jr. hits the field in Yankee Stadium before Volpe does.
Because he's out for however long.
Right.
I mean, what did he do last year? 212, dude.
Now,
Look at these strikeout numbers for his 167, 156, and 150. That's a lot of strikeouts from a shortstop.
his on base percentage last year was 272. It's atrocious.
Yeah, I mean, that's bad.
Now, I do think the play that he tore his labrum on, which he had surgery on the day after the season ended, happened in May of last year.
Yeah.
So I think this will be a very, very telling year. We said that going into last year,
Yeah.
but he, by all accounts, was banged up. So, you know, he is still one of those guys that is young. So,
And I mean, Austin Wells, once again in spring training, he's hitting leadoff and looking great because he's hitting leadoff in front of, well, not anymore, but he did that all last spring training and he was crushing the ball, hitting in front of Judge.
mm-hmm.
Season started, hit leadoff for one game, never hit leadoff again. I mean, Austin Wells, though, has the luxury of there's no other catcher on the team who's going to take at bats from him.
No.
So he's playing. He's not going anywhere.
And that's one thing. I mean, a lot of teams don't have a catcher who hits 330 with 40 home runs.
Right.
So he's improved defensively. He's not like a liability behind the plate by any stretch. So if he raises that average a little bit and can hit 240, 250 in this day and age with 20 home runs as a catcher. But like you said, your shortstop can't be making tons of errors and striking out nonstop and batting 200.
Right.
You can't have that from a shortstop.
No, that's not a position that can give you that kind of output, especially when you have a guy on the bench who can get on base and steal 40, when he got traded, like 38 stolen bases or something.
He led the American League in stolen bases 2 years in a row.
Right. So you have that guy sitting on the bench.
Right.
That's tough to do.
Right.
Like, nah, it'll be all right.
Now, and even like McMahon, I saw some things. He's made a bunch of changes to his stance and his swing.
Yeah.
Like his feet were like the fourth widest stance in all of baseball. And he was like the fourth or fifth furthest away from home plate. So like Aaron Judge was number one, but he's also
he's 6'7", right?
2 feet taller than him, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna stand real wide and far from the plate. See how this works out. Probably not good.
So they said they had a meeting with the hitting coach at the end of the season where they go over all the player stuff. They're like, "Yo, what are you doing up there?"
Do you know you're like really far from the plate?
Like not even in the batter's box.
Just reaching. Yeah, but if they come inside on me, coach, I got it. Like, yeah, but like the outer 3/4 you can't protect like at all. Like,
and also your feet are so wide you can't move your feet when you swing, which could be an issue.
Yeah, yeah. You look like you're squatting.
Right, but he's been hitting the ball a little bit better this spring too. I mean, he was a 219 hitter or something last year too. If Wells, Volpe, and McMahon just hit 250, it would make a world of difference.
I like McMahon because his glove is so good. No, like it really is phenomenal over at third. And I think he'll be a little bit more adjusted to Yankee Stadium and he can hit a ton of home runs. What I don't get, we've talked about this about Volpe, is like the 9 lives that they're just like, nope, he's a shortstop. It's like, well, he's not really particularly good. Like, And it's not like you've paid him a bunch of money. It's not like Bobby Witt or something where you sign a guy to like a 10-year contract
Hmm.
and you're like, well, we're living and dying with him. What are we gonna do? Like
Hmm.
eat the contract?
Hmm.
You could literally option him to the minors and not lose anything
Hmm.
other than saving face. But they're like, no, we're just gonna stick with him. Like at one point in the playoffs, wasn't he like 0 for 19 with 14 strikeouts or something ridiculous?
It was, yep.
And I get it. He had a torn labrum. I understand. Like, it's like Michael K says, and I think he's quoting somebody else. Like, if you're hurt, don't play. But if you're injured, don't complain.
Hmm. Hmm.
Like that's it. If you're okay enough to play, then that's it. You
Then you
can't
shouldn't,
complain.
right? Then you shouldn't have an excuse. I
Right. But
think,
if you're hurt, don't play.
I think with the Yankees and him, it's like wishful thinking. When they drafted him, he's from New Jersey. It's like, oh, this will be great. Like he's a charismatic kid, and Anthony Volpe, and they want so bad for him to be what they want him to be that they're like trying to will it into existence. Like if we just keep running him out there, like any day, this is going to be what we want it to be.
Yeah.
So
I,
far, no,
it's not working out, man.
no.
So the other issue, right, is in spring training is Jason Dominguez and Spencer Jones. I know it's spring training, but Spencer Jones is crushing the ball.
Hitting moon bombs.
So and they're both going to start the year in AAA. They're not going to make the team.
No,
But what is the plan? What are they going to do with those two guys?
I don't know because Spencer Jones is already like older than Anthony Volpe.
Yeah, he went to college. He went to Vanderbilt for 4 years.
Right. So I think he's 25. So they're either the same age or one of them's only slightly older than the other. So you don't play Spencer Jones really at all this year. And then there's a work stoppage next year.
Right.
He's going to be 29 years old by the time he gets on the field. It's going to be ridiculous.
Yeah, Spencer Jones is what? He is 24 and 294 days.
Right. So it's almost 25.
Right. But I mean, he has so he's a few days younger than Volpe. Volpe's 24 and 310.
Right.
So, I mean, Dominguez, I would like to see more of Anthony Dominguez. I think they haven't given him enough time to play. He's looked good at times. I mean, everyone has seen him in left field. He looks lost, but you can get better defensively. Like you can just get better by doing it.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just will yourself to be a better hitter.
Mm-hmm.
But Spencer Jones, no one knows if he can hit major league pitching. He's sure hitting the crap out of it in spring training.
But the thing with Spencer Jones is he's hit a bunch of home runs. At one point, I think he had 3 or 4 home runs and struck out in every other at bat.
Right. Yeah.
So everyone's like, "Wow, Spencer." My brother was like, "Spencer Jones hit another bomb tonight." I'm like, and he also struck out 3 more times.
Right.
So, have you seen him hit?
He reminds me of Giancarlo Stanton, where if you and I coach youth sports, if some kid showed up batting like that, you're like, hey, buddy, we got to fix this.
His is to me almost worse than Stanton. I have no idea what he's doing up there. He like sticks his ass out. Like it looks so uncomfortable.
And there's so much movement beforehand. Like he's moving this way and that way, and then and then I'm like, this is not. How is this working for you?
And the announcer goes, "Oh, he's trying to emulate Ohtani." I'm like, has he ever actually seen Ohtani hit? Because he doesn't look like that.
Is he blind? Is this guy blind? Watching it through a filter?
It's the look of a guy who is so uncomfortable because everyone's just telling him what he needs to do to be a better hitter. Not actually comfortable. He's like, it's like a Frankenstein of batting approach.
It's like those memes you see. Like, all right, now stand there, and I'm going to throw a bucket at you. Now move out of the way of the bucket. Okay, now I'm going to throw a ball at you. Move out of the way of the ball. Now hit. And it worked one time. And you're like, see, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for that feeling of dodging a bucket, then ducking out of the way of a ball, and then just releasing. It's like, no, he's 6'7". Like, When he makes contact, it will fly. The rest of the time, you have him ducking out of the way of a freaking bucket.
It's so awful. And then like Dominguez, on the other hand, looks like a ball player.
Right. And everything he does, the way he runs, the way he, but then you watch him catch a routine fly ball and you're like, I've
That's
seen 8-year-olds look more natural in left field. How are you an outfielder? How did somebody look at you and go, oh, that guy's an outfielder? No,
how
he's
how
no.
is he a center fielder?
I've never seen him play center field. I've only seen him play left field, and he is lost.
Like, do you realize the Yankees had Trent Grisham as like a throw into the Juan Soto trade, and
Yeah.
uh, Jason Dominguez was going to be their center fielder last year,
Yeah.
and then Trent Grisham kind of just was hitting a lot, so Dominguez didn't. Which I kind of wish didn't happen because I would love to have just seen what he looked like in center field. Like if Trent Grisham wasn't Trent Grisham, would we be having this conversation? Like, wait, he can't play center field? Wait, Dominguez can't play center field. This kid who was come up to the minor leagues, who was the center fielder of the future forever, can't actually do it.
The Martian, you know?
Right.
And the thing with Trent Grisham is his defensive metrics are going down.
I know.
So his sort of claim to fame was he was this defensive savant until he hit 38 home runs last year or whatever it was, 34 home runs. But his defensive metrics, like his defensive run saves or whatever, have gone down the
I
past
think
couple of years.
at league average or below league average.
Yeah, his defensive runs saved were negative 12 last year, I want to say. Negative 11 looks like on Baseball Reference. So he's not the
he,
defensive sort of.
he is quoted as saying he wants to win another Gold Glove this year. Like that's his goal. So
When was the last time he won one?
wasn't last year.
2022 and 2020. So he's won two.
I don't
It was
think any award given during 2020 doesn't count.
Yeah, it's sort of a weird
Yeah.
sort of a weird year. Um so 3 weeks to the opening day, Paul.
Mm-hmm.
We probably won't have time to do our normal team previews, but we'll definitely do our preseason bets and predictions. We'll head to the
Right.
casinos, throw some money down, seal the envelope of fate to be opened at the end of the year. I can't believe it's time to do that already. I feel like we just opened it.
There's lots of places in here to hide that envelope too.
There are lots of shelves and in various places, you know.
Nooks and crannies.
Nooks and crannies. So yeah, we'll be back weekly probably now from now on.
Mm-hmm.
Then once the season starts, we'll be, checking in post game sometimes, but definitely weekly. So yeah, we'll probably I think we'll probably come by for some WBC stuff.
No, absolutely.
When does the American team play their first game? Do you have any idea?
Tomorrow?
Yeah. Oh wow. Well, now I got to figure out where FS1 is.
It's actually on QVC. All right.
It's actually on a TV behind an old Radio Shack. There's a guy with a van back there. He's playing it exclusively. It's just on his TV. If you can find him, that's great. And you're allowed to just put it on your phone and FaceTime it with friends. So sort of a like and share situation.
Right.
Sort of like our new YouTube channel. Like, share, subscribe.
If there's a Blockbuster in your town, I think they have it on there too.
That's right. It'll be playing sort of like the previews, the trailers.
Exactly.
It'll be on Betamax. So. Well, until then, Paul, check us out on YouTube, on Spotify, on all the places where we'll be found easily. Next time, boys. Peace.